What holds the backbone together is usually a 2 3/8 inch steel pipe that runs through all these nice, neat holes that have been drilled. And we want to have some kind of graceful curve, so this pipe has to be bent. And this pipe is pretty thick-walled. This machine is a hydraulic press thing that you run the pipe through, and about every 6 inches we're making real slight bends, and when it's done right, you can get the most beautiful, graceful bend of exactly what you want, and that's what came out of this. We had a photograph that had been enlarged to life size for the size of the entire vertebral column that we laid out on the floor that was already in the bend that we wanted, and we drew a center line down the center of that, and that was our template for putting the pipe on as we're bending it a foot at a time to make sure it matches. Because this thing is quickly going to become heavier than anybody's going to be able to lift. We do it by putting it on a metal cart that was designed to build the whale on and was custom fabricated here in Fairbanks. We can screw into the vertebrae, and then the set collar squeezes the pipe, and so every one of these bones as they go on is held in exactly the position we want it. Not that they're all right the first time or the second time, but the point being is that we can easily adjust them, either the spacing between them or the alignment. They go on and on and on and off multiple times before we're happy. You know, somewhere along the line we get something mixed up and have to rearrange the order, or remember, oh yeah, we have to drill a hole behind that one, and so there's a lot of back and forth. The vertebrae go on, and they don't just squish together, because you'd have a really short, fat whale if you did that. For this to be accurate, we're taking the length of, a known length of the original whale, and some papers that we found actually from about 1860-ish, where they actually measured the different sections of the whale and how long each section of the whale was, and how much space went between the vertebrae. So we were able to, on this whale, get it probably more accurate than I've ever gotten a whale before. We're usually just making wild guesswork and getting it so that the final length is right. But on this one, we've got it spaced so that the different sections of the whale have the right spacing. To hide that pipe and to make something that looks like cartilage, we're using silicone, which is really, really tricky stuff to work with if you've ever worked with silicone around a bathtub or something like that. It's like the Brer Rabbit story, where the moment you touch it, you're stuck to it, and then whatever you touch gets all over the place. But with the right applicator and a magical substance called bubble soap, or we were using a lot of dish soap, people are getting their hands all slimy and forming this stuff and making it look just like the cartilage that originally was in the whale. So it's kind of a milky looking substance that has some flex to it and lasts forever, and so there's a lot of handwork that went into forming the spaces between it, so it doesn't look like I would do if I was doing my bathtub.